What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Nia Martin. I hope you're all doing great. So we just drew 1-1 at Stamford Bridge against Arsenal, a game where we should have won. It was a must-win game, and we are currently on the same points with Arsenal on the table. We are third, and they are fourth. And winning this game would have given us a bigger lead over them, but we didn't. We couldn't get the job done, and yeah, it was disappointing. Very disappointing. I didn't really like how we played. There were some moments where it looked like we're playing well, and then falters, and then yeah. I'm not gonna give a play-by-play of the game, but there's certain things that I noticed in the game, and there's certain things that was really worrying when I was watching the game. So yeah, we're gonna talk about everything in this video. So let's get straight into it. We started well. I think for like 6-7 minutes we were in control of the ball. Even going to the 10 minutes mark, we're in control of the ball. But the moment it switched and it fell to Arsenal, uh, they were controlling, they were dominating, and their attacks were always sharper than ours. That is one issue I've had with us so far. When we played against Man United, we had this similar problem. We are very good on the counter. We break very, very well. But when we get the final third, we are so timid. We can't get it done. And we do it. We are able to do that very well when we are playing against teams that are on the bottom half of the table. But when we are playing against big teams, it seems like our players are timid. I thought we had skillful players. I thought we had skillful players. I thought we had players that could take on players no matter how big or challenging they are. But it seems like anytime they get in front of any obstacle, any defender, they end up passing backwards. We did it so many times in this game, and it was so frustrating to us. That was the most frustrating thing about this game. And yeah, I don't know how that is going to change. I don't know how that's going to change. We saw it against City. We saw it against United. We've seen it against Arsenal. We saw it against Liverpool too as well. So not all the counter attacks that result in us passing it backwards. Not all of them, but sometimes, most of the time, whenever we get these chances, then they pass it back. I remember a chance from Gusto where I felt like he should have gone forward, but he ended up passing backwards. Jackson also got a chance where I thought he should have taken on a defender. At least Jackson has the ability to do that. I don't know why sometimes they just go and then return. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. What is one thing I would credit Arsenal for? At least they were very good in passing within the final third. And their defense, they are not off the hook. Their defense too today was, they were shaky. They were shaky. I mean, there were times that they were doing well. There were times that they were doing bad. I didn't like, especially the way they were giving out away fouls a lot. I didn't like the passing from the back. Sanchez passing from the back, I just don't like it. And I tweeted that pass for the back is going to result in a goal, and it did. It resulted in a goal. Thank God it was given offside. Havertz scored, and it shushed the crowd. Eventually, it was given offside, and I was just happy with the way his face looked when it was given offside. But passing from the back doesn't really help us, especially with the goalkeeper like Sanchez. There were two times in the game where we passed from the back, and it fell directly into the hands of Arsenal players, because we couldn't keep possession, and then they won it off us, and then it fell. The first time was, I think, Saka winning it off somebody, and then he took a shot that was deflected and fell to Martinelli, and Martinelli should have done better there, but fortunately he scuffed the shot, and Sanchez was able to save it well. And the second time too was the free kick that they got. um we decided to pass from the back, ended up giving the ball away, and then we created a foul that was quickly taken by them, and then Havertz ended up scoring, but he was a little bit, slightly offside, which is very good for us. This game could have been 2-1. We got a second chance, but it didn't really look like we got a second chance because we were still playing the way we were playing. There was no urgency. Like now, now they were the ones pressing us. They were pressing us, but there was no urgency. Even after that scare, I thought they would be urgent. Nothing. And I don't know what it is these days that we have to go down. We have to concede before we wake up. The same thing happened against Man United. The same thing happened here too. We have to concede before we wake up. I just don't get it. Even when we played against Liverpool scored us before we were able to score again, but they eventually scored the second goal. But why do we wait? Why do we wait? Why do we wait before we wake up? And their goal to Sanchez. We have to I have to make a full video on this guy because I don't think he's the keeper for us. I've said it many times. Last season I was saying it that we need to make Petrovic number one. Petrovic is much comfortable in that goal. He's better. He's better. I think Sanchez is slightly better than Petrovic when it comes to stop shot, the shot stopping. But Petrovic is good with penalties. Petrovic is good with shot stopping. Petrovic is good passing from the back. He rarely makes those mistakes that Sanchez makes, and this is one of the things that I expect Sanchez to be saving. Near post, near post. Martinelli beat him at his near post. He should be saving that, at least closing the gap. When you see that it is falling to Martinelli, charge on him, run towards him, close the gap so that he doesn't make that shot. But he was still standing there, and Martinelli was able to beat him at his near post, and they got they got the lead. They got the lead. It was a good cross into. I think it resulted from us losing possession once again. We lost possession so many times in this game, losing possession once again, and then they crossed and then they scored. And I've forgotten who even gave the assist. I think it was Odegaard who crossed the ball, and they scored. And yeah, the difference between Maresca with other coaches that we've had previous years is that when we go down, I'm not really that worried. When we concede, I'm not really that worried. But it pains me, it hurts me when we go down, especially when we have had all the chances and we should be scoring, then we go down. But I'm not really that worried because I don't know. There's just something that these players have, this kind of motivation these players have to score once we go down. I don't want that to be the case all the time, but I'm not really that worried. And fortunately, to not long after that goal, I think about 8-10 minutes after that goal, Neto scores a brilliant goal. Enzo came on as a substitute and he found Neto in space, and Neto was able to get some space just in front of the box, and yeah, he unleashed a beautiful strike into the bottom right corner of the goal, and Raya couldn't save it. Raya today is what I want to see from Sanchez. Yes, that save he couldn't make it because he was on the left side before that shot came in. He couldn't make that shot, but Raya is what I want to see. The way he was doing well in this game, some of the saves that he was making in this game, some of the decision making. He's a sweeper keeper, so he was coming out in some of the chances that we were getting. He was coming out to clear the ball and stuff. I don't think we see that from Sanchez. Sanchez doesn't do that. Even if he does that, it's very rare. But Raya is also one of the reasons why um Arsenal didn't lose this game. But yeah, it was a brilliant goal from Neto. Very, very good goal from Neto. So he equalized for us. And yeah, that was a good thing. That was a very good thing. The changes that Maresca made, I thought he should have also made those changes earlier. But because the way Madrid was performing, you should have brought on Madrid early, very, very early. But I just don't get why he took so long before he brought Modric on. But the changes made a difference. The changes made a difference. So then get to the end of the game, we started relaxing. We just turned off again. And then at Arsenal were just attacking. Yeah, but I want to give a special shout out to certain players. Certain players did very well in this game. Caicedo, Cucurella, and Neto. Caicedo in the middle was just fantastic, man. He was fantastic. He was bossing that midfield. Some of the tackles that he was making, some of the interceptions, like it just reminded me of Kante. Anytime this guy plays and plays very well, it just makes me look like, and I know nobody can match Kante. Kante's work rate is immense, but Caicedo is getting there. He's really, really getting there. He's proven to be the player that we actually bought. Last season he wasn't there yet, and it was his first season, I understood. But this season he has been immense. He has been immense for us. And this game, he was fantastic. He was really, really good in this game. And second player I want to give shout outs to is Cucurella. Cucurella today pocketed Saka. There was nothing Saka could do in this game. I don't remember any impact this guy really had in this game. Cucurella had him pocketed, and then he ended up limping off the pitch. He was tired. Now Saka has become synonymous to players limping. Now you see a player limping and you say he was doing a Saka. But today it just seemed like it wasn't even a real injury. It seems like he was tired. He was tired. Cucurella was very good today, so he couldn't do anything. And then the third player I'm going to give props to is Neto. Neto should even be number one, but considering the performances of Caicedo and Cucurella, I think Neto as number three is good. Neto as number three is good. He wasn't running the way I wanted him to run. He's pacey on the wings. I wanted him to use that pace. I wanted him to take players on. He wasn't taking players on. He had a very good cross. He made a very good cross in the first half. Gusto should have scored. I don't know what Gusto was doing there. I don't know what Gusto is just not a goal scorer. I don't know what kind of experiment Maresca is trying to do with Gusto. He's Gusto always finds himself as the extra man in midfield. I know it's something deliberate, but why Gusto? Why Gusto? Why not use any other player? Why Gusto? The guy can't score goals. He even attempted to take a shot 2 times in this game. Nothing. Feeble shots. We've seen him take shots in the past. Feeble shots. And I don't has never scored for Chelsea. I don't think he has even scored in his senior career, at playing career. I don't know. I'm not sure. But he can't score. I'm waiting for the day that he scores. I'm waiting for the day that he scores. But I feel like him playing as that extra man in the midfield, coming into the midfield to support when we are attacking, it's not working. But that was a chance that went begging, and I thought he could have done better. He didn't do well. And then again, the Neto goal, the goal was fantastic. So yeah, that's another thing that he was doing well. Neto was doing very, very well in this game. And then on the downside, Palmer today was okay. Like I think he was successfully marked out of the game by Pate. Pate was put on him, and there was there was not really much that he could do. At first, he was playing high up on the pitch. Pate was just preventing him from playing his ball. In the first half, I think the first half he was okay. Palmer was okay in the first half. Second half, you could see that he came in deeper, but still, Pate was with him, and I think that prevented him from um doing what we know usually does. And he had two very good free kicks on the edge of the box where he should have done better, but both times he hit the wall. The quality today, man, the quality today was piss poor, and yeah, and we ended up drawing the game, a game that we should have won. We should have won, and yeah, little by little, people are saying that Palmer isn't a big game player. Last season, he was a very serious big game player. This season it hasn't really panned out well because against Liverpool, he was marked out again. 2, 3 players around him whenever I get the ball. Against Man United, again, 2, 3 players around him. Against Arsenal, Partey always there marking him out. It's difficult. It's difficult being one of the best players in the league, one of the best players in the world right now. It's very difficult. Would Teams will be marking you out. Teams will be putting more players around you. So that is where your skill has to show. That's where your quality has to show. Like what Hazard was doing when he was at Chelsea. I'm not going to compare the two. I think they are two different players, but these are the times where you have to show your quality. And I know he has the quality. He has the quality, no doubt. But he has to show it. He has to show it more. He has to keep his head in the game. He has to wake up when we are playing against these teams. I want to see the team B given a chance in the Premier League. The team B, the one that everybody calls team B. Let's give them a chance in the Premier League. They beat Noah 8-0. Granted, Noah weren't the best, but the team B, I feel like they play better. They play better. They are passing. Their goals, their crosses. They take on players like the motivation is there, the fight, the fire is there. With this one, sometimes I feel like they feel like they've secured their position, so they are relaxed. No, no, no. Maresca has to flip it, and then they'll see that they shouldn't relax because their position can be taken anytime. So yeah, that's it for my review. What do you think about the game? What do you think about the goals? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you're not subscribed yet, kindly subscribe, give the video a like, and it helps the channel a lot. And thank you so much for watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, stay safe.